everybody. Aaron Breitman, a little bit after Rutgers defeats Wisconsin 58-57. Unbelievable win. Just tremendous effort by this team. What a response after Tuesday. Probably, the worst effort game of the season. And then they respond with this effort today. Caleb McConnell, suffers back spasms in pregame warmups, unable to play. And, their main guys came through, and the bench came through too. I thought they really gutted it out defensively. I thought they were very good. Obviously they held Wisconsin to 33% shooting. Yes, Wisconsin hit 12 threes, but they shot 33%. They were 12 of 36 and also 33% for the game. They held Connor Session, one of the best freshmen in the conference, to 0 points, 0 of 10. He missed 2 shots on the final play. And I thought it was totally appropriate that Cliff got that block on the last shot. I thought he played tremendous. Pikiell cited his effort in the radio interview, just in terms of, defensively he was fantastic. He missed, I counted, he missed 4, he missed a dunk and 3 layups, near the rim, which, could have cost him, but it didn't. It didn't. And his defensive effort was everything. They held Wisconsin starters. Tyler Wall had 7 points. Crowell had just 8. Hepburn was in foul trouble all game. He had just 6, and then Connor had 0. So those 4 starters, their 4 main guys, averaged 48 points a game combined, and they scored 23. So yes, Jordan Davis, McGee, they both had big games, almost burned them, but they didn't. They didn't. They held the main guys down, and they were able to do just enough to win the game. And total, I said it was a gut check game, and they responded. And the fact that you have that added adversity unexpectedly with McConnell out, obviously we hope he's not out for a significant period of time. Back spasms are a little unpredictable. But for them to do it the way they did, they lost the lead. They were up 50-45, and then Wisconsin, buries 3 threes in a row, basically, takes the lead. And then Rutgers came through at the end. That high pick and roll with Mulcahy really worked down the stretch. They went to it a number of times. Paul finished with 6 assists, just 1 turnover. He looked to score more in the second half. He only had 6 points. The stats aren't going to blow you away today, but that's okay. Cam Spencer, obviously, huge performance in that first half. Completely carried Rutgers, 19 points in the first half, 5 of 6 from 3 in the first half. He struggled offensively in the second half, but he did hit a huge 3 with about, 7-8 minutes to go. It was tied 45-45. He hit the 3, then Paul got the steal and the layup, and that was huge. And then Wisconsin battled back. It's a game of runs, and they, took, what would that be, a 52 lead. And then Rutgers closed it out. 6-3. Just huge effort down the stretch. I thought Aundre Hyatt was absolutely huge today. What did he finish with? He had 8 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. But I thought defensively he really played well. I thought the rotations defensively were better. Yes, Wisconsin got some open looks. That's going to happen when Rutgers pressures. But I thought, as a team, especially with the bench, I thought Reber rotated really well. Oscar looked more comfortable. Derek Simpson, I thought, had some big minutes. He had that when Rutgers it was a late drive. They got caught with the shot clock. He just improvised, drove. He missed the shot, but then Hyatt was there for the putback. And I think that was the winning basket. And I know they said it could have been, it was really close to goaltending. But, I thought Simpson making that decision was huge. He had to make the decision. He did. And he attacked the rim. And I love his instincts. I love the way he's playing right now. He only had 2 points, but I thought he, was really solid for them. They can count on him down the stretch, and that is a huge development. This could have obviously been an absolute killer. You lose this game, it would have been, can't blame them. With the circumstances it would, but it would have just been a momentum killer. This obviously is just a huge recovery step to get this win. You're now at 9-7 in the conference. This does count as a quad 1 victory, by the way. Wisconsin right on the edge there, number 74. They need to stay within the top 75 for it to count. And it's kind of funny. I was laughing at, Rutgers it was best case scenario, won by 1 point. So Wisconsin might stay in the top 75 after this loss, depending on what happens of everybody else today. But they might stay at 74 or 75. So, we'll see long term, obviously. But it's a quad one win for now. It's a Big Ten win. You're at 9 wins now. Only 2 more teams have more than that. They're right in the mix still. You come home, you play a Michigan team that, honestly, they should beat. It's not going to be easy. Hunter Dickinson's a tough matchup inside. Jet Howard's a extremely talented player. But, Rutgers, even without, Moat Mag and potentially Caleb, I still think they're the deeper, better team. Obviously, we hope Caleb is okay. It's nice that the schedule kind of flips now. There's no Tuesday game. It's now a Thursday game. So you get the 5-day break. This team needs it. You got Thursday, Sunday. So you have Michigan at home, a real chance to build on this. And then you go to Penn State on Sunday night. And then you come back. You have a road Thursday night game at Minnesota. And then senior night game Sunday night against Northwestern, which is going to be a battle. So the thing is, you got 4 games left. You got 9 wins. So, you get 2 more. I think they're in really good shape. Really good. I mean, their metrics are good. Their Ken Palm 27 coming in. Their net was 30, I believe, today. Or right, 29, 30. This win's going to, keep them right in that top 30. And you win, you just got to, if you win at Minnesota and win Michigan at home, I think those 2 are kind of must. Well, you got to have them. You got to have them. I don't want to say everyone must wins, but those would really solidify things. At Penn State's going to be tough. They can absolutely win that game. But I was more worried about at Penn State than at Wisconsin, just matchup wise. Obviously, doing this without Caleb is unbelievable. And then Northwestern's going to be a battle, but it is senior night, so that's going to help. But listen, I wrote about it. Most Rutgers fans got it. Most Rutgers fans, obviously you'd be panicked, concerned. But the heart that this team showed today, it just shows you can never give up on this team. They're going to have bad nights. I think there was definitely, I don't know if hangover is the right word, but I think frustration mounted without Mag. I think that, they played with some adrenaline, obviously, to get out that Michigan State game. I thought they played pretty well at Indiana. They kind of unraveled at the end there. They couldn't close it out. And then I think the Illinois game, they were playing, better than Illinois for most of the game. And then they had that 19-0 run. And then it kind of just, I think it really unraveled from there. And then the low point of the season, the loss to Nebraska. So I think frustrations were really high. And I said it this week. I think the Nebraska game could end up being a blessing because I think that it forced this team to look themselves in the mirror, look themselves in the eye, and reevaluate everything. And I thought defensively they were much better today. They really shut Wisconsin down in that second half. And Wisconsin's not a great offensive team, but they did what they had to do, and they did it without Caleb. Their best 2 defensive players are Mag and Caleb. And they held Wisconsin at 57 and 33% shooting. That just shows you right there that this is a team that can still be good. There's enough pieces there, and the bench, listen, the bench isn't going to score 20 points a game and, dazzle you. But, if Dean Reber, Oscar Palmquist, and Simpson, who's been pretty consistent, can give them meaningful minutes off the bench, that's going to mean a lot. Aundre Hyatt, I think, has stepped up tremendously. And I think he's like today, he defensively, I thought he was much better. And he's tough as nails. So, they need him to make shots, but he wasn't really spotting up for 3 as much. He was, he attacked the rim when he had to. When Rutgers need a bucket, he attacked the rim. He rebounded. 9 rebounds. He played, I thought he played a different role today, and it worked. I thought that was huge. And then Cliff, listen, he's struggling a little bit offensively. He sets up a little too far out sometimes. I thought when he brought Kroll out and then was able to roll in, that, they saw that was working. He came through in the end. I thought he played really well defensively, and he played 38 minutes. 38 minutes. So just the fact, how many fouls did he have? 1 foul. Cliff had 1 foul. So, and he played really aggressive. He went for blocks the whole game. He was going for rebounds. He finished with, 8 rebounds. He had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 of 12 shooting, 2 blocks. Just credit him for getting on the floor, staying on the floor, playing as hard as he did. And for him to make that last effort on the last shot and get that block off, jumping out on the perimeter. This was just an all-effort win from this team. It was a character win. It was beautiful to see. It really was. You're 17-10. You're 9-7. Your metrics are really good. This team, this team's trucking along now. Hopefully they can build on this. They can win at Michigan, and then you go to Penn State. And of course there's pressure, but they can go to Penn State with confidence. This Michigan game is absolutely huge. It would kind of bury Michigan for good, I think. And it would just, really build confidence for this team, put them back up in the standings. Listen, the top 4 finish is not out of question. So, the headlines are dramatic when you say they were in second place and fell down to 8th or 9th, but, it's a logjam in there, and it's anyone's ball game. And this team, if they can recapture their identity, learn to play as this group together. And I thought you saw evidence of that today in terms of how they rotated defensively. It was much better. And I think a lot of that, honestly, I just point at Hyatt to me as a guy that played a different role today and played it really well, and it really helped the team. He played more like a mag role. He wasn't, of course they could use his scoring. He only took 2 threes today. He was 4-9 shooting. He only took 2 threes. And I think that was by design. Not that they didn't want his offense, but they needed him inside. They needed him defending. They needed him rebounding, and they got it. And Cam filled the shooter's role like they needed him to, and he stepped up in a big way. He also I thought he played really well overall. He was good defensively. He had 5 rebounds. He was very active. They only had 5 free throw attempts, but in a 1-point game, they made all 5. And guess what? Cliff made both. Cam made both, and Reber made 1. By the way, Reber, 5 points off the bench and a 1-point win. So, Dean Reber deserves a hat tip today because he came through. He played, how many minutes did he play? He really gave him, I thought, a big lift, and I thought he was good defensively. He played 16 minutes. 16 minutes. You had Simpson played 21. You had Oscar played 18. Oscar hit a big 3 at one point. He did foul a bit, but pretty funny. Not funny, but ironic. They were +8 on the floor with Oscar today, best of anybody. They were +7 with Aundre. Everybody else was, Derek was +4, Paul was 1, and everybody else was negative. So, they did miss some layups. I heard Peichel say he was happy with the layups they got, the shots they got. They were 5 of 14 on layups, but they were a little bit over a point per possession. They led for the majority of the game, and they closed it out. They closed out. When Wisconsin hit those 3 threes and took a 52-50 lead, or 54-52 lead, it was fair to worry, that it was going to slip away, and it didn't. And this team responded. I got to look it up because it's going to bother me if I don't point it out, how they won the game. It was Hyatt on that last second chance, like I said. And, it was Cliff made the dunk to make it 57-56. So they're on 57-54. Cliff made a dunk off a turnover. Who got the that was Paul on the assist. And then it was Simpson. So that was a minute to go. Shot clock was winding down. He made something happen. He attacked the rim. He missed the shot. It was highly contested. And Aundre Hyatt was right there for the second chance point. So they gutted it out. And then that was with 1:08 to go. And then how many stops did they get? They got Hepburn missed the pull-up. They got 2 defensive stops down the stretch. That's Rutgers basketball. And can't say enough about this team. So thank you for watching, listening. I'll have plenty of coverage the rest of the day and tonight. And, this team is alive and well. Hopefully Caleb can get back soon. But this is a team. This is a program. This is a team. And couldn't be more proud of them after today.